Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. It's region weather meteorologist Matt Wintz with a look at your forecasts over the course of the next couple days and through the weekend. We've got that storm system that we alluded to last region weather live that would bring that dose of warm air in here this weekend. And boy, does it look warm. It's going to be so nice, but we've only got a small window of time that we're going to be able to enjoy it. So we'll talk about exactly when that window is here in this broadcast. We've also got to talk about the cold side of things as well. You know, we can't have nice things for long across Northwest Indiana this time of year, and that certainly won't be the case. We do have some snow in the forecast beyond our warm up. So we'll hit it all in this edition, Wednesday night of Region Weather Live. And welcome into this Wednesday night edition of Region Weather Live, everybody. Appreciate you joining us. Want to say hi to Mary, Ann, Rhonda, Derek. Hey, yeah, what a temperature drop, right? And Deb and Priscilla, thanks for joining us here on this Wednesday evening. Hope your week is going well. We've got some big weather roller coaster temperatures to talk about. We've already kind of experienced it this week. What a gorgeous day it was today. Temperature-wise, we were in the upper 50s, even low 60s down in our southern counties. Rensselaer, you were in the 60s today, areas of Newton County in the 60s. It was just feeling very spring-like over the last couple of days. Things have changed, right? We brought that frontal boundary in, and we're going to go to the winter side of things over the next couple of days, and then we're going to bounce back towards the spring side of things. It's just amazing as a meteorologist this time of year to look at a weather map and see the difference between the cold and the warm in such a small space, and we happen to be kind of riding that line as we go throughout the week. Want to thank our sponsors, as always, Grieger's, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and Valparaiso for supporting us. They're signed on through the summer, which is awesome. I love working with them, and they love our stuff as well, so it goes hand in hand. But if you're in need of a vehicle, especially Jeeps this time of year, I'm telling you, I hate to push a Jeep, but my wife and I swear by it because we have one that got us through the winter here. Go pay them a visit. Also want to thank Tiger Plumbing. Guys, if you have any plumbing needs anywhere across the region, please reach out to them. They are 5-star rated. They've been in the region for 30 plus years. Family-owned business, great folks. Jeff and Kim are there. And I'll tell you what, they provide not just good deals, but good service as well. So tigerplumbing.net, the place to go. All right, let's jump into the map, shall we? You may also notice something else. You see the t-shirt we've got up. We have some merchandise, not for sale yet, but again, we're getting the ball rolling. I'm telling you, these t-shirts are super comfy, super happy about this. So yeah, hopefully it'll be t-shirt weather for good soon. We'll see what happens. All right. So weather-wise, here's what we're dealing with right now. I want to start with the temperatures just to kind of tell the temperature story because things are getting colder outside. I mentioned the winter versus spring, right? We can divide it. Here's winter off towards the north. Here's spring down towards the south. Widespread 60s, 70s, even 80s in the southern plains. Kansas City today was at 84 degrees. It was 80 in St. Louis, which isn't far south of here, right? 4-hour trip and we're there. So certainly, you know, warmth is right there. It's within our reach, and we kind of got a taste of it today. It was comfortably warm today across the area. Well, things are changing. We've got colder air moving in. So as we go through time tonight, you notice how this big cold air mass kind of sinks down to the south. That's along the frontal boundary that's bringing our scattered showers. We haven't really seen a whole lot in terms of rain here this evening. I expected it to be scattered, but I did expect there to be more rain on radar than what we've had. We have some rain heading over towards the Michigan City area now. It's just snow offshore. As temperatures drop, we may have some wet snowflakes mixed in there, but most of us should stay dry throughout the remainder of the overnight, outside of a scattered shower or two or a stray flurry or two. May see a little bit of lake effect set up tomorrow morning. Doesn't look to be too much to write home about, but wouldn't be surprised if the lake with this cold air coming across did pick up some lake effect snow showers throughout the day tomorrow. We'll see how long that lasts. There's some pretty dry air working in, so I'm not anticipating any big event or anything like that, but don't be surprised if you do see some snow showers out there, especially out in LaPorte County. All right, so tomorrow's cold. These are your high temperatures tomorrow. You notice we don't have those oranges anymore. They've been kind of pushed down to the south, so highs tomorrow are going to struggle to get out of the low to mid 30s. We should break into some sunshine after we kind of rid out any lake effect clouds that we have, but notably colder tomorrow, right? Friday's our recovery day. So as we get into Friday, it's kind of a cold start to the day. High pressure is heading off towards the east. That will switch our wind around. Instead of out of the south, instead of out of the north, it's coming out of the south. That's a warming wind this time of year. So temperatures on Friday, I think we push 40 degrees. But again, that's our recovery day, kind of our in-between. And you see here as we go towards the tail end of this, what we have developing in the plains, big area of low pressure out towards Iowa, strong southerly flow out ahead of that. That is going to bring us, I think, our best day of the year so far on Saturday. So let's talk about it. Are you guys ready for this? I'm so excited to share great news, at least in the forecast. So there we go. All right, here we go. So let's go through time. Let's talk about this weekend system. Then we'll talk temps. You know what? Actually, I want to go different route with this. So that's okay. I want to show the graphics that I shared on regionweather.com and our Facebook page earlier. So I'm just going to overload these on the screen real quick. Here's our storm system, right? If we talk big picture, here's our storm system coming in, cold front off towards the west, warm air surging out ahead of it, right? Where do I think temps go? Here's our forecast this morning. I'm still feeling this. So we hit 57 today. 56 is our prediction. 36 tomorrow, maybe end up about 35. Models coming a little cooler. But look at the turnaround. And Saturday, this was our morning forecast. Saturday, I may have to bump up to 70. You'll see it here in a second. I'm telling you, and we're going to have some dry hours to get out and actually enjoy it. And then Sunday's our transition day where I think we'll be falling back. Okay. All right. So that's that. All right. Let's get into this map. So this goes through time. This is the latest. This is actually our 12Z Euro run. I didn't like the 18Z, but you can see as we go through time, we're starting to warm things up as a southerly wind comes in. The Saturday system's interesting. It's a true springtime storm system in that we're going to have severe weather on the front end of this. We're going to have a snowstorm on the back end of it. Where we kind of fall in line, the timing on this doesn't really match up for severe weather locally. I do think we get some thunderstorms out of this. But in terms of timing, it looks like most of the rain's going to head in Saturday night. So Saturday morning, waking up, we're going to be dealing with windy conditions or developing wind gusts as this low strengthens, and that temperature is going to start to soar Saturday, right? So we're heading up near 70 degrees Saturday afternoon. The models have slowed the frontal boundary on this. So what that means for us, instead of bringing in rain during the day Saturday, it looks to be mainly dry. Can't rule out, it's going to be cloudy. We're going to have lots of clouds around. Can't rule out some stray showers here and there with a big system like this. But it does look like most of the hours on Saturday are going to be dry and warm. What a bonus, right? Because normally if it gets warm this time of year, we're dealing with rain. So as we go through time, Saturday evening, Saturday night, here's where the rain pushes in. So if you have Saturday evening plans, we're starting to dance around with some rain, right? So you might want to tote the umbrella. We'll have updates as we go throughout this. But just if you're trying to plan out your Saturday night right now, yeah, it's going to be mild. Can you have a barbecue night or be out in the patio? Yeah, but keep an eye on the radar because we'll likely have rain pushing in. There'll likely be severe weather back in Iowa throughout the afternoon and evening Saturday that we'll be keeping an eye on. So it's those storms that we'll be watching track east. So Saturday night looks to be our rainy night. It's still going to be mild around here. We'll likely hold our temperature right near 60 degrees all Saturday night. But again, we're going to have rain moving in, even some rumbles of thunder. Can't rule that out. Severe weather, I don't anticipate it at this point. We could have some strong to severe storms west of us, but as this moves in at nighttime, we'll lose that daytime heating. And that is really crucial this time of year, especially as we get into early March, because we still don't have all of that sun's energy yet to really boost that instability, right? So we kind of rely on that sun's energy during the day to boost the instability. At night, we don't have a lot left over. So I don't anticipate severe weather with this. Could see some rumbles of thunder, or here's some rumbles of thunder, though. Here's Sunday morning, leftover showers. But much of Sunday is actually looking dry as well, as this system will already have been by us. So Sunday dries out. Temperatures aren't bad. They are going to fall, though, as we're setting up our next storm system. So this low pressure goes by. The rain clears us. We dry out temporarily Sunday with temperatures that aren't terrible. But then we get this other wave that forms along this system. And this wave, as it moves into our colder air that's in place, this is where it gets interesting. And I've looked around. I'm not hearing anything about this yet. We could have an accumulating snow on our hand, perhaps Sunday night, and then perhaps Monday at some point. It depends on how this system develops. And again, what the setup is, cold front goes by Sunday. We bring in cold air from Canada, right? That cold air, depending on how far south it gets, we're throwing more moisture into it. And you know how that goes this time of year. You throw moisture in the cold air, you tend to get either some decent snowfall rates or you get a little wintry mix in between. But the latest Euro run, the last 2 Euro runs actually keep us cold enough to produce some heavy wet snow around here. This is Sunday night into Monday morning, like through Monday morning. You can see it here on the map as this low kind of approaches from the south. It's mainly rain until it hits our cold air. And again, the question is, how far south does that cold air get and how cold is it? The Euro is colder than the other models. So you can see pretty decent snow, and that would be a heavy wet snow Monday. And then you can see as that moves out towards the east, turns into some icing. And then we have this residual snowfall that kind of lasts through Monday afternoon. Euro saying maybe another little wave of snow moves through. That would put down some pretty decent snow. It'd be quick, but we could get some decent totals from that. And then that clears out. All indication beyond this is that we stay pretty cold around here, believe it or not, through at least mid-March. So that's why Saturday is just going to be so crucial to get outside and enjoy it, because we may not have another day like Saturday for maybe a week or two. Again, they'll become more frequent, but still. All right. So in terms of snowfall, this is where it gets interesting. I haven't looked at the totals yet, but I imagine we got some decent totals out of this hit. So let's see what the latest. Yeah, I mean, this is decent. This is the latest Euro now. This paints anywhere from 3 to 6. We don't talk about this. Paints anywhere from about 3 to 6 inches over northwest Indiana with that snow. If there ever was a forecasted change, it would be this one, because this one, it really is just going to rely on that temperature. This could all be rain on Monday. We could have some wet snow mixed in with the rain, and that would change these totals big time. So we're not calling for it yet. Just keep in mind that this is a new development today on some of the models with the second wave as it comes in, bringing some decent snow into northwest Indiana. And that would be Sunday night, but really Monday morning through Monday afternoon, as it looks right now. Let's look at the GFS, because GFS has been drastically different over the last couple of runs. We'll see what the 18Z model's doing, and that still has some heavier snowfall rates. This has come a little bit further south with this, but you notice the GFS isn't shy on the snowfall totals either. So that's saying the same kind of setup. Front goes by Sunday, colder air comes in by Sunday night. We bring more moisture up from the south and throw it into that cold air, and we get a heavy wet snow. And this would be a heavy wet snow. This wouldn't be the fluffy stuff. It's March now. March, we tend to get more moisture with these systems. We have much warmer air down to the south to work with. So you can, warmer the air is, the more moisture it can hold, right? If you have really cold air, it doesn't hold much moisture. So this would certainly throw some decent heavy wet snow into the mix. And again, Monday morning would be the impactful time period, perhaps going all the way into Monday afternoon. All right, so that's what it looks like. Last thing I want to show you, we'll go back to the good news again, and then we'll answer your questions here on this one Wednesday evening. But in terms of temperatures, I mean, it's going to be really nice around here, like really nice Saturday. And let's see, I'm going to go to our max temps to take a look at this, and we're not going to go into the long range, because again, that shows nothing but cold air, and I don't want to talk about that. All right, so here we go. Let's go through time with our temperatures. These are going to be your high temps, say the Euro. Today it nailed it. I thought it did a really good job. Here are tomorrow's highs. Notice how the warm air is not far away. I'm going to go full screen for you if that's okay. That way you can see the map a little bit better. But you notice the warmth's not far away, but even areas like St. Louis will be in the 50s, whereas they were 80 today. Kansas City will be back into the 50s. They were mid 80s. Kansas City, I was just looking at some of the obs. Kansas City started this morning at 39 degrees. They got all the way up to 84 degrees for a high today, and then they're going to be back down into the 50s tomorrow. So I know we think we have wild swings here in Northwest Indiana, but boy, other places in the country do too, and Kansas City was one of those today. All right, so here's tomorrow's highs. We're stuck in the 30s. We know that. Friday's our recovery day. I think we'll bounce back, hopefully low 40s. I had us at 42. We'll see what we can do with that. And then you can see Saturday's the big day. Here comes our low, warm air surging out in front of it. Oh, look at that. These are the Euro's predictions for high temperatures on Saturday. This is what we shared. I think it was yesterday. But you can see some 70s showing up. Strong south wind. If we get some peaks of sunshine, boy, it's off to the races with temperatures. But it's certainly going to be noticeably warmer around here. And again, it's going to be windy as well. We're going to have a nice wind developing out of the south. If you're going to get warm air here this time of year, you got to get it here fast and somehow, and that somehow is via wind. So here you go. This is Saturday night. Temperatures hold in the 60s. Here comes the cold air rushing in. So temps on Sunday and I can actually time this out for you hour by hour for your weekend. Temps on Sunday are going to be coming down by the hour. So when does that temp drop occur? It's a little bit different on the models depending on what model you're looking at. But again, this is the euro, and I tend to trust the euro the most. It's been behaving pretty well recently. So this is Sunday morning. This is around 4 a.m. This is around 7 a.m. We're still in the 50s, but we're coming down. So this is after sunrise. This is around 11 o'clock. This is around 10 o'clock, actually, in the morning. We're down in the 40s. So we go from 57 down to 40s by 10 o'clock, and then we're stuck Sunday afternoon hovering right around 50. I don't think there's going to be much of a bounce back on that. So I would say we're stuck in the 40s. And then here's your cold air where we throw moisture into it with that next wave that comes in here on Monday. So we do stay colder after that. I hate to say that, but you know what? It's March and we get things in small doses this time of year. So that's kind of how it goes. All right, I'm going to pop back on the screen. I'd be happy to answer your questions for you as well. And I hope that helps. Again, if there's anything you'd like to see out of these that perhaps you're not getting, or, hey, if there's some other information or trends, or I don't know, air pressure, maybe you're into air pressure, I would be happy to share those with you. Just let me know. So certainly we'll go with that. Amanda says, my birthday is on the 8th. I've received snow as a gift many times. It'll be over soon. Spring is coming. Amanda, what a birthday, right? I'm sure you have seen it all on March 8th. It can be anything this time of year, literally anything. 2012, if you guys remember, we had a stretch of warmth. We were in the 80s for, I think it was 3 or 4 days in a row. We jumped back down to the 70s for like 2 days in March, and then we jumped back up into the 80s, and I think it was like mid 80s. I lived in Chicago at the time, and I'm a runner, so I remember running in March after coming out of a winter. The snow had just melted, and it was in the 80s, and the trees were blossoming. That was at the time I worked at Lakeshore Public Television in Maryville, so I remember my drive along the lakeshore, and it would be still cold by the lakeshore, but then I'd get down towards the Gary area. I'd head south on 65, and all of a sudden it was like spring, and everything was blossoming. The pollen was in the air, and that was mid-March 2012. St. Patrick's Day was warm that year as well. So it's certainly capable of anything. And I don't think I've gotten this question frequently, do I think there's going to be another snowstorm? I do. We're not done yet with winter. We're probably 72% done with our seasonal snowfall. That's just a guess, but I'm pretty sure we're close in terms of that. So we're not done with the snow yet, but the good news is we get these teases of what's to come over the next couple of weeks for sure. Maxwell says, at least the good thing is the snow melts quickly this time of year. Sure does. Boy, Maxwell, that sun angle makes a difference. You guys notice it when you go outside and that sun is out. It's just brighter, right? Because it's getting higher in the sky, and that makes a difference. It lags, right? That's why our warmest months of the year are July and August. The same way, a lot of people say, why isn't it when the sun's the highest in the sky? It's because things still heat after that. So if you were to put a thermometer in, let's say you are boiling water on the stove, okay? Just bear with me for a second. So you're boiling water on the stove, have a thermometer in it that can take high temperatures, and you heat it up, right? That temperature is going up, 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 up. As soon as you turn off the heat, the temperature still goes up after you turn off the heat for a little bit before it starts to come back down. Same thing's true with our atmosphere and our sun's energy, right? Sun has its most direct rays, most energy locally, first day of summer, right? First day of June 21st or whenever that is. And then it'll start to get lower in the sky, but we continue to heat after that, much like, a pot of boiling water on the stove. So kind of interesting how that works. Maryland might finally get those Christmas lights down on Saturday. Maryland, that'd be a great idea. The wind might blow them down for you. We'll see. Boy, that's crazy. I have neighbors with them still up, so I guess it's not crazy. And a lot of people left them up with, COVID and stuff like that, just to make the neighbors smile. But, it seems like we're bouncing out of that. So that's great. Eileen, I wish I could, man. But this Monday one's going to be interesting to watch. I would imagine the models are going to change with this a little bit. I could see this becoming all rain if the cold air doesn't get here enough. I could see the snow not being as prolific. So I'm not going to get too excited about this yet. But the potential this time of year for heavy wet snow and a quick accumulation is very high. So this is why we have to watch the system closely. And again, next couple model runs, we'll have a much better idea, let's just say, how this goes. Mark asked a great question. Giving up snow for Lent. Certainly, next year, it's a little too late, Mark. I mean, I guess we could start today, but this is something I want to plan out. Maybe next year we can do that for sure. Mary says, how's the fort looking? I bet it'll be gone by this weekend. Yeah, our snow fort, I posted that on my Instagram page. Boy, I piled this thing high for my kids. It was all way, I mean, it was way above my head. I took all the snow in the driveway. We had a couple storms here and I threw it in the driveway. And it's literally, Mary, it became so much ice over the last week with some of the melting that it's an arc right now, but it's really getting a lot wider. So we'll see. It's not gone yet. It's still there. It'll be there through probably Friday, I would imagine. Yeah, Mark, 98, 99 March blizzards. Yeah, they exist. We've certainly had some good hits for sure. And I don't think we're done yet. Caitlin, that's so sweet. Your husband and you got married on February 17th. It was mid 70s. Yeah. Wow. What a day. You would never expect that in February. Was it an outdoor wedding or was it indoor and you just, walked to the limo or whatever in the nice, either way, that's great to hear for sure. Yeah, Diana, you might need a little bit more fuel for the snowblower. You want to time it out though, Diana, so that, when the snow ends, the last snow that you're almost out of gas. That way you don't have to drain it or do anything like that or keep it in there. So hopefully we can get you there. If your snowblower is full right now of gas and you don't have a long driveway, don't fill it up again. All right. Well, don't overtop it, but you know what I'm saying. I think maybe 3 or 4 more good snows and we should be done. Oh, that's awesome, Caitlin. That's super cool. Yeah, what a blessing too. You probably weren't expecting to take photos outside, so that's great. That's good luck, they say too. All right, so that's really all we've got here, guys. In terms of weather-wise, again, the recap on this: we're cooling down tonight. We may have some flurries tomorrow of the lake effect variety, which should quiet down as we go through Friday. We'll have rebounding temperatures after winter kind of takes hold, and we're going to go back to a serious surge of spring-like warmth on Saturday. We could be pushing 70 degrees. It's going to be a windows open kind of day. Could be a couple showers around on Saturday, but it looks like most hours are going to be dry. So mark your time now for Saturday and plan it outside because it's going to be one of those days. Okay. So we'll keep you updated on that for sure. All right. Melissa says that's her daughter's birthday. Hopefully we have no snow. I'm sure she's wishing for that too. If only we could control that. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us tonight on this Wednesday night. We'll be back with another live broadcast on Sunday. As always, Sundays and Wednesdays for now. We are working on a couple other things, like maybe some morning videos for you as well to get you out the door. Maybe a positive quote as well. And yeah, merchandise is going to be available soon. So we're working on a lot of things here, okay? I appreciate you joining us here on this Wednesday night, though. Enjoy your rest of the week, and we'll have some posts on this warmth. But boy, if I don't get to talk to you before then, get outside and enjoy it on Saturday. All right. Thanks, everybody.